It's NFL Week 6, and sitting next to me is brand new guest handicapper Mike Brenner. I'm Peter Loshak. You're watching.
How long are you going to keep calling me brand new?
That's a good question. I don't know.
That's had to throw that in there.
I guess because you're because I guess when you have like because you're doing so well with your picks, you're going up and up and up, and then maybe when you come down a little bit, then you'll just be like a veteran handicapper who has a long-term track record of success. But as of right now, you're brand new because you're just kind of killing it and adding to your record every week. Last week you just had a split, but your overall record against the spread, 9-4. Small sample size, but that is a damn good record for 13 games, right, Mike Brenner?
Yes, sir. Yes, it is. Thank you, Peter.
All right.
I appreciate that.
Well, you've picked Denver at Cleveland in a Week 6. Now this is a tough one. This is a tricky one because I'll tell you what. Last week, I picked against Denver. I liked Oakland at +5.5. It was a little bit fluky that they didn't get the cover, but then again, not really, because Denver actually had a bunch of drop passes in the end zone. They really. In retrospect, I could sit here and say, oh, the pick six, it was a fluky loss. But if I'm being honest, not really, because probably Denver should have won by a lot more. I also bet the under, though, which cashed easily. And here, when I saw the opening lines here, my initial lean was also towards Cleveland and towards the under. But now looking into it more, I'm still liking the under, but I'm pretty solidly off Cleveland. I'm now thinking that I'm going to hedge out of my bet, which I did bet on the opening line. I think I'd lean towards Denver. It's right now Cleveland +4 market wide. The total's 42.5. Interestingly, the Greek has a lean. They're hanging 42, and then Heritage has a double lean. They have a lean on the Greek's lean. They have 41.5. So both the Greek and Heritage have pretty strong leans to the under. I bet the under. I still like the under. I bet Cleveland on the opening line, and I'm going to hedge out of that on Sunday. Mike Brenner, what do you like here?
Okay. Well, of course, you are the master of the over and the unders. You are. I've watched, followed, and tracked what you do. And, I have.
And in fact,
very respectable.
I'm gonna try to maybe give myself a nickname, Totals. That's a cool nickname. Right?
There we go. Totals. I'm sitting with totals today.
Yeah,
that's right.
What does totals fucking think about that Appalachian State Georgia Tech game? Yeah, all right.
But with this game, I like the full game, and I like Denver minus the 4 going to Cleveland. Mike Pettine's got some situations on his hands out there, and that Josh Gordon loss in the beginning of the season was a lot more. Had a lot more impact than people thought. There's just been nobody to step up and take his place. And even though Josh McCown's playing decent football and they had a big comeback last week against Baltimore, I just don't think they're going to be able to move the ball at all against this defense.
And a bum ankle he's got, supposedly.
And a bum ankle, yes, he does. And Manziel, if he comes in, he won't be the answer. They'll be waiting for him. But again, I'm just still a big Peyton Manning believer. I think something's going to click here sooner than later, and I think it's going to be this week. I like the full game. I like them settling it in and developing the ground game, which they have yet to do. But I think that happens this week. Cleveland's ranked 31st in the league against the run. So this is the week, for the Broncos to put the run game together. And then when you can do that, open up the pass game, I think Peyton Manning's going to break out of this slump. You might even see a 2-touchdown win here. I love the Broncos -4 in this game.
There you go. Mike Brenner loving the Broncos at -4. Mike Brenner, thanks so much for joining us once again this week.
Thanks a lot, Pete. Great being here with you.